Welcome back to SHRALP Stories, episode 19. Today we got special guests featuring Shane Waterman. Well, this episode we're gonna talk about channel bottoms. 1, 2, 3, 4 channels, 4 fins. Sometimes you have 6 channels, sometimes you have 3 fins. But this time we have 4 fins. This is a sick little surfboard. Does big punts and nice carves, holds a nice rail line. I like it a little better for like punchy beach break style surf. It'd be fun to give it a go in a nice open canvas. The fins that I'm going to be riding in this channel bottom board, T.Patterson quads. They're very small fin compared to most. They're kind of like a stretch if you took off like the little tip. Stretches usually have like a little tip down here that's all sharp. These are the best quad fins that I've ever ridden. Reef Macintosh agrees, lots of people agree. These are the quad fins if you want quad fins. Easy to tell the differences in boards when you ride the same fin over and over again. Things that I do for this vlog, carrying multiple surfboards down to the beach. You guys better be grateful.
Comment, subscribe, huh?
Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Send me $5 in my email. Mail it to me.
Fax it over.
Also, the only way to get down there is with 4 wheels and a piece of wood. Ain't that right? Let's go. Waves look super fun. Light southwest wind, I think. A little closed out, maybe. Yeah, the wide peak. Float jam, make the section, one big turn. Oh, you gotta get Shano's board. Bam! Terry Sennett, we love you. Local shaper in San Clemente in the alley. Terry Sennett, legend. He has his shop conveniently right next to UsedSurf, actually. Great surfboard shaper. Shane always likes to do cool art. First board is going to be the Alley Rat. The new model from Timmy. I helped design it, kind of pulled some old files, put them together. The second one is probably one of the best shortboards I've ever ridden, and now I can't get off of it. Best conditions for a channel bottom, usually glassy, offshore, like no wind, something like that. Drivey down the line wave. We're gonna go for a surf first, and I'll tell you all about it.
And when you go to a man, you realize it ain't too much fun. We're the country to watch things, supposed to be the best on the globe. Living with the nation, one of that's a monarch left. And we're on the same, future masters. We're all the same, on the future masters. We're all the same, on the future masters. But thanks! And we're on the same, future masters. We're thanks!
Where do they go? Tubes up the nostrils, God only knows. Red blanket room. Everyone there looks pathetic. Life or death only takes a minute. I hate Drano. What you do? He shot junk. She drank blue. How about you? Red blanket room. Every time, real smooth trip, suicide. Red blanket room. 86, you've gone under. Lights go out, things get darker. I hate Drano. What you do? He shot junk. She drank blue. How about you?
It's good morning with friends. I had special guest Kevin Scavarna, aka Carvey Scarvey, aka Lord of the Knees, out there ripping. Rode the channel bottom quad. Not really sure what Timmy wants to call it yet, but a couple names have been thrown around. One of them is the Flycatcher. It's supposed to be my model. So this board did really well for the day. Whereas uppers with the more down the line, longer wave, I kind of wanted a longer surfboard too. Helped me catch the waves better, drive out of my turns more on the thruster, rather than here was like a tight pocket. It was kind of mushy and soft on the shoulder, but there was some juice right in the cup of the bowl. So this really, really short board allowed me to like do those tight arched carves that I wanted to and come out of it with speed because I had 4 fins, no drag in the center. Just allowed me to do the surfing that I really wanted to do. And it was glassy. When there's a little bit of chop on the surface of the water, it kind of gets some air into the channels here, which will make your board slide a little bit more, which kind of can be not as good. You can get around it and it kind of works fine, but it is a little bit better when you have glassy conditions like this. But I like to think you just got to push a little bit harder on your back foot. It's all about pressure and where you put your feet. It can change your surfing and make it a lot better. It just works really well in those tight pocket waves. Powerful surfing, barrels. Because it was so big at uppers the other day, it just didn't want to do it for me. It wasn't quite there. But there's better boards to be surfed in those conditions. That's why I changed over to the Alley Rat. And we got Lucrom. What is that thing, an album? Is it asymmetrical? Oh boy.
Something Matt just kind of made for me, kind of just like a little custom asym.
Yeah, looks like it worked well for you.
Yeah, it's super fun. He does this new like pre-dented deck already.
Oh, sick. Like big old down rail on it, huh?
Yeah.
That thing's rad. Channels will make you go faster. It makes the board hold a lot more in the tail. It's more true to its line, especially with a 4-fin versus a thruster. I mean, there's all kinds of options. A guy named Phil Myers will do like 10 channels with a single fin. There's all kinds of things that people are doing with surfboards these days, which is fun. And that's what surfboards are about. Just trying new stuff, trying new things, appreciating your shaper, your sander, your glasser. Took a lot of work to laminate these channels. Me and Colin Secor did this board and came out really well. So this was kind of an experimental board, the hand shape. The thing works really, really well. It's time to go down to the shop. I want to look at some new boards, maybe see if we can find a channel bottom in there that we could check out. And I'll see you down there.
Some Grom paddled up to me in the water. He's like, I love the SHRALP stories. They're so sick. He was all stoked.
That's legit. I was psyched that I rode that little quad. It was like the perfect board for the waves because it was so like cuppy and tight and just went fast in those flat sections. Made for a good time. Like I could connect to waves way far away that I normally would not have been able to on a narrower tail surfboard. Especially with the drive out of those fins and the channels, it like allowed me to push and pop out of the pumps and kind of project down the line rather than just like squiggling like a thruster would maybe. The waves have been pretty good lately. We've had waves down at like Lowers has been sick. I actually have a contest coming up this Thursday at Lowers. We're going to be doing another SHRALP Stories episode on. It's a club contest, Dana Point Surf Club, representing Hamish Graham. This is an example of a 6-channel thruster that he put FCS1 plugs in because you can sand the plug a little bit to like make it fit in the channel, and the curve correlates with the channel, hip, channel, hip, and then last channel coming out the tail of the board right at the tip of the wing. Did really good on this. This thing looks really fun. His edge is running super far up too, so it'll probably be super drivey. Probably go straight really fast. I feel like paired with the right fins, these boards are not as tracky as a lot of people make them out to be. That I picture more of like a barrel kind of wave, something along those lines, more drive, something you want to just fly down the line. And I wouldn't ride the quad channel bottom on a wave like Lowers, because like you saw at Uppers, it was tough to catch the waves, and then it was tough to get all the way down the line and keep making sections. Is that a cup holder? I'm kidding. Someone's got to know what this thing is. Yo boys, you think this is a cup holder?
Yeah.
Is that what
It's
that's
4 years
for?
a month is. Because don't you know Jordy Smith got the sponsor for Red Bull? He needed a place to put his Red Bulls out in the lineup.
It's
Trace. Like, you know those trackers?
Okay, well, not a cup holder. Ooh, here's a good example of someone put FCS2 in the channel bottom. And what they probably had to do is sand down the side of this box so that it would fit in the curve, because your fins are at a certain angle. And yeah, like you can tell, the screw is pretty much completely sanded off. So they sanded down the side of this because they wanted their fin to be more upright. rather than way laid over. If you put it in with the angle of my finger here, it would be like kicked out like this, all crazy. So in order to get it upright like you want it, you have to grind the side of these boxes, and probably the sides here as well, because you don't want it too deep in. You won't be able to sand off the top to like put a fin in, and you don't want it too high up because then your fin's gonna be sticking out of the board all weird. It's a tough one to do. They accomplished it, Roberts. It's not impossible, it's just a lot more work. Like the Futures fins that I put in my board, I had to put them in the microwave for a second, and you kind of twist them so that they fit into the box a little better, or into the where you routed the plug.
Broken leggy.
Oh, broken leggy.
Broken leggy. We're not gonna say whose it was.
Hide the logos.
Hide the logos.
Where do you like cross your arms? Oh, what? Let me try. I want to try.
I hooked it on your.
It's been so long since I've done that. I feel so awkward. This thing's pretty sick. 6-channel. See? He had to make his channel super shallow. They're still there, but they're super shallow so that he could fit the box in. Like shapers sometimes have to like think about how they build the board in order to fit the rest of the stuff, or do the cloth wrap over, fitting boxes, glassins, whatever you end up doing. The shaper has to kind of work with it. These kind of have channels in theory. They like stand out this bit, and it's like one big channel from here to here. A lot of curve. Allows the water to flow through the board correctly and off the rails. This is an Archie model. Double wing swallow, but it doesn't have channels. Some of them do, some of them don't.
There's so many surfboards here.
So many surfboards and so little time.
Exactly. What are you gonna do?
I don't know. Have another lap around the shop. So I might have missed something. It's always a possibility of missing something.
With over 700 boards in the shop, it's always easy to miss something.
Let's see what's in the back room really quick. So these are all yet to be put on the floor. Sneak peek. They might be on by the time this is out. Oh, Christian Fletcher board. Sick. No way. Dude, I might have to buy this. I don't even know if it's for sale. These things are so rad. He does like a little scoop right here. Very tall, like a down rail is what they call it. But then he scoops out the middle part of the down rail. So you have a normal thin rail, but the beef and the float up here. So when it's cutting through the water, it's like ideally stopping there and not going into your deck, which he also concave, like a skateboard or something. This thing's crazy. It's got all the bells and whistles. Super thick tail and wide, big platform to be doing punts. Christian does a lot of punts. It's all epoxy, wrapped in a bunch of carbon fiber. These things are rad. Madhouse is what his logos are. So there it is, Christian Fletcher. Bam. Pretty badass. That's OG Fletcher's. Herbie Fletcher, Christian's dad, started Asher Deck, the original traction for surfboards. But yeah, thanks for tuning back in to episode 19. Waves have been fun. Hope you learned a thing or two about channel bottoms. Big things coming up. Stay tuned. Thanks for tuning back in. Catch you later. Gotta go to work.
Adios.
I'm out. Bye, SHRALP Stories.
What's up, guys? My name's Kaino, the new host of SHRALP Stories, and today